up? It's your boy Leo Fade, and welcome to the Straight Faded Podcast. Tonight I got a special guest. I got Aleeh from Pretty Bitch Energy. How you doing?
Good. How are you? It's
Good,
nice
good,
to be
good.
here. Period.
Yeah, it was
I'm so excited.
me too, because I've been knowing you since elementary. We were talking about, huh?
Yeah, I remember seeing you elementary. I never said hi because I don't know. I was just shy, but that's it.
Yeah, it was a long time ago too. We were kids.
Yes.
I brought you because I saw you into YouTube, just like me. Like kind of see the same thing that we go. But
Yeah.
I want to see for your point of view, like what's your process?
Of
What made you get into YouTube?
what really got me into YouTube was it started off with makeup because I was going through some shit. Technically, it's because I was looking for a job and I had my kids, and that's why I was just kind of like, where the fuck am I gonna go from there? So then I kind of started getting into my mind, and you know how we can get stuck in our mind. So I was like, you know what? I need to release this, whatever I got going on here. And I did it. I started doing my makeup. I started learning how to do makeup. And then I just kind of like started doing it and somehow transitioned that into yeah.
So you're doing like tutorials?
Yeah, I was doing like tutorials. I was doing tutorials. I started off doing that. And then people would just girls were like, oh my God, you need to do my makeup and stuff. And I was just like, oh my God, your makeup is so good. Like, how did you? I'm like, wow, I never noticed that I was good at makeup. And so they were just saying, like, how did you get into makeup? And I was like, well, first, because I remember my mom, when growing up, she used to wake us up in the morning and told us, ya levántense para irnos para la casa, para la escuela. And she'll be like in her little box. She will sit on the bed, on the edge of the bed, and she'll be there. And she goes, ya te levantaste, Alejandra? Levántate. And I'm like, oh, she's just doing her makeup. She se está arreglando. So that's kind of got me into like, oh, yo también me quería arreglar, That's what I got it from. So it's just that. And then it was basically like my form of therapy to not get myself into the bad habits.
So you had a lot of bad habits?
I did have bad habits, yeah.
How long you been doing YouTube?
I
Or
done
when did you
it.
start that? Like,
Oh my gosh, when did I start it, dude? My son was like, wow, he was probably like one. So what's like 4 years? I edited myself. I try to edit it myself. I like be on my phone, screen recording, taking pictures, sounds to not get copyrighted.
Oh yeah, that's tough. Copyright.
Dude, that's just hard. So the first time that I did a YouTube video, okay, so like I said, music has always been of me. Like I always loved music, period. Whatever it is, if it's like, it's just always been. And I wanted to do a YouTube video with music. So I did it, I was like there trying to like do my makeup with music. And when I uploaded it, it didn't sound like nothing. I was like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't it sound like, why can I hear it? So like I Googled it, like, why doesn't my YouTube video have sound? It's copyright. I was like, oh my God. So you literally have to be very careful of what music, or like if the sound catches it, it will cut you off. So even if you have like a good point, like you want to throw across, you couldn't even throw it because the music was in the background. So it was like, what the fuck?
And that's crazy nowadays because I feel like Instagram, YouTube, and all that, they're like more censored now. Like they're more strict.
Yeah. I was on live too on Instagram, and it cut me off. It hot me off. So it's like,
how come?
Because of the music.
Oh,
yeah, you can't do music. You can't do music on live.
Yeah,
do you do it?
My stuff is like original content, so I don't deal with that. But back in the days, like that was a big issue I dealt with back in the days. That I feel got me ready to this point.
Oh, okay.
So I came up perfect timing, It was like that's what I'm telling you. The transition was like perfect.
Yeah.
And then that's what I'm saying. Like you got your original. I was looking at your content too. You could do makeup and all that. And that's good that you already know what you're trying to do too.
It's funny that. So I'm gonna show you something really funny. Look. This is my video right now. This is my page, but my makeup page, which is, I didn't tell you about that.
Yeah, I didn't know you were doing makeup.
I know, because I'm telling you, I'm trying to get organized with my stuff. But this has 67 followers, But if you go to like how many views are in this page, it's
Same.
2,000, and I'm not consistent on it.
And we are talking about earlier, like you just gotta be consistent and keep running your YouTube. And
I think I gotta. You know what? Maybe makeup is my thing with. I don't fucking know. We'll
I saw you
figure
were
it
doing
out.
vlogs too. Like how you got into that, or talking in
Yeah.
front of a camera, 'cause that's like a whole different thing too.
Yeah, it's crazy,
How you took out your
huh?
shyness from that?
I did. Well, I just kind of felt I wanted to be different from like what other girls were doing. I feel like throughout, I always wanted to do YouTube. I always wanted to do YouTube. But every time I gave my idea to someone, they always shut me down. They're like, oh, so what? You're going to be like a YouTuber? You're going to be one of them fucking influencers? That took time, and it just threw me like with some negative thoughts where I was just like, you're right, bitch. Like, what was I thinking? But then I was just like, wait a minute. But what if I do succeed on it? So
And
it's like,
that is crazy too. 'Cause I was telling my other friend, I took a business class like this weekend, or this a
oh,
2 day class, and right there were like older people, and they were barely getting into YouTube.
okay.
But it wasn't even that bad, 'cause they're on
Yeah.
the right time.
Yeah.
And most of it, you gotta have like personality. You gotta be you to be there. That's the best part of it.
My sister was telling me, she goes, Ale, I think me and you would be, we're full. We're a fool. Me and my sister, we're a fool. And we're a fool. And we were just talking about this earlier. I told her, some girl, when she met me, she told me, you remind me of Bretman Rock. Do you know who's Bretman Rock?
No.
Oh my God. This is this crazy ass guy. He's phenomenal, if you're asking me. From the shit that he does, he's phenomenal. He does nothing. He started off with YouTube, and it just took off from there. He is just, it's a lot. And he's a fool. This is him. He just throws out like different type of content. Today I'm gonna be funny shit. Sour pickle balls. Apparently these are probably this is the shit that I do, and I'll delete
I just
it.
saw one on your YouTube. You were doing that with a little green candy.
But I'll delete it because I'm like, I look stupid. I don't even think that this is even worthy of watching.
That's how I be feeling sometimes too, and
So
I
it's
feel
like,
it.
no, I'll erase it. And it was just my doubt.
That's how I be feeling. Like I'm gonna just erase it, but like I was telling you earlier, it's like most of the time I just be like, I'll just take it out, take it out, take it out, and I don't even pay attention to it. I just let it do what it does.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens. And like
Yeah, I should do that.
you should try it.
I'm learning from you right now. Take my notes.
Yeah, I was taking some notes too. I was learning as you were talking earlier.
Oh,
Yeah, so I was
period.
like,
Yeah, no, I got to memorize it now because I forgot my notes. So, yeah, I got to remember it because, yeah, no, you're right. We should just throw our shit out there. Like, honestly, like, life's a risk, dude.
it really is.
It really is. And if you don't throw yourself out there to the fucking wolf, bitch, then you a wimp because...
Yeah, you either throw yourself at the wolf or be the wolf.
Oh, be the wolf,
Jeez,
period.
Let me ask you, what's something that you don't like about social media?
Uh, Something that I don't like about social media. Well, I caught myself, and this is only from my perspective because, I can't speak for others. But I noticed that sometimes when I go on my social media, I see my friends that, they either got a new car, they got a new house, and they're just doing so much. I put so much pressure on myself because I was like, I'm not there yet. Like, I don't have my house, I don't have my car. But God can give you something that you have not worked on. So it's like,
And that's crazy because like if it was somebody else, from my point of view, they
like,
would have
come
hate on somebody else.
on.
No, they really
Yes.
would have hate on somebody else for having that. Like that's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And they don't know that they had to
They
work
had
for
to
it to
work,
be where
like,
they
because you don't know what kind of what
Exactly.
sacrifice took them to get what they're at right now.
Exactly.
And even then, sometimes, sometimes even you can even get lost in the game and then I say like that sometimes because sometimes we can get lost in the money. Money, 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 but you forget the bigger picture, like your family, like your kids are here. Some kids did not make it today, some kids unfortunately aren't here with us, and that's why we got to do it for those kids that we lost, and I
That's
feel
not,
like
that's some crazy shit too nowadays because of the mass shooting that's happening nowadays.
I
And back to back, I
know.
think I heard there was another mass shooting yesterday.
Heard for it was it two it was a son and a dad.
I think it was in Oklahoma.
Okay,
I don't know which one.
and oh, but it was a shooting.
Yeah, there was like more. It's getting worse. I don't know, it's getting bad.
It's cool, man. I mean, honestly, bad shit's gonna happen in around this world. There is rapists, there are killers, they are thieves, they're kidnapping. There's shit like this happening in the world, and there's you. I mean, yes, we can have that thought of like, you know, not because sometimes I feel like I'm not safe either. Like if I go walking down the street with my son and my daughter because we like to go for walks and we'll walk around in the neighborhood and sometimes my daughter's like, "Who's that, mom?" Like I never seen her. I was like, "Girl, you scoping them out too, girl. Damn." You know, but you know when she points out stuff like that, I'm like, "Fuck, like I'm by myself." Like what would I do? Shit, I don't even have a gun. Because low key, I be thinking, like, should I be carrying a gun too? Because, like, these people, what's happening, like,
And
my
that's a good
daughter,
thought too, cause I
because,
feel like they're trying to take the gun laws. Like they're trying to pressure that,
yeah,
you know.
fuck that. We'll go for tasers then. Fuck that. We'll go for tasers. But, yeah, I be thinking, like, that we're walking by ourselves. It's like, so what do I do? Like, how am I gonna protect myself? I'm gonna call my man, like, hey, come and get me. Like, no, like the
You
fuck.
gotta be ready at that
So
moment.
you gotta like really gotta prepare yourself when shit like that happens. And like the way I like to prepare myself is to pray. Like I like to when we step out of the house, I like to be like, God, we're gonna step out these streets, and we want to come back whole as together. So when we come home and we're in one piece and everybody's home, I'm like, my daughter or my son or my boyfriend will start complaining about some shit because the food's not good. I'll be like, y'all are here. Period.
Yeah, you're not looking
You
at the
are a
bigger
whole
picture.
here. We're all eating in this table together, and y'all gonna complain about this damn food. Eat your veggies, girl. She hates chicken, rice, and veggies. She's like, that's all she knows how to do: chicken, bean, and chicken, rice, and veggies. Chicken and rice. What are we eating today? Chicken and rice. I'm like, girl, please. You're
For
gonna
the
thank
pro.
me later.
I don't know how consistent are you with, or how consistent you want to be with YouTube, or how long? When the last time you uploaded a video?
Damn, that's a long time. Well, it's been a while. Well, how long? Oh, it was like maybe 3 months ago, I would say. I don't know. One of, I want to be consistent. I need to be more consistent. I need to shake off that shit off, to be honest. I need to shake that shit off. And I need to start like sharing this shit because I feel like our struggles, we can share our struggles, our story, and maybe somehow change the perspective on others because I think we're not the only ones that struggle. We all struggle in our own.
Different.
Actually, if dude, okay, so this is the part, this is what I forgot to tell you. So I watched your video, your last video, and I don't know who it was that you brought last time. The last one, the guy with the glasses.
YNG. Shout out YNG.
Oh, period.
And
Okay,
he's from
so
Wilmington.
dude, period. Okay, so he said some shit on when was the time mark? It was like two. I comment on your
I haven't
on
checked it
the
out.
okay. So I commented on it. I think it was on the 2 minute mark, or maybe on the 5 minute mark, somewhere in there. And he said, "Men are supposed to tend. No wait, men are supposed to look tough and brave, or something like that. Something like that." And that made me like think like, fuck, we all struggle the same. I was like, period. Somebody gotta share this shit right now, cause the fuck,
And you know what?
dude.
I have to cut you, but that was like some real shit though. Like he really pulled up with some real shit, and
Period.
it's
Facts.
real. Like,
Yeah.
and this is my podcast. My point is to let your boy be heard, cause as a man or as a
A woman,
like
because it has to
it
be
happens to
equal.
everybody.
Not only women struggle, dude. Like not only women struggle, men struggle. And if anything, our men, and I'm saying it, our man, because I have a man too, and my man struggles with, oh, well, I gotta get this money, so I don't got time for family. Like what the fuck? No, the fuck you don't. Like nigga, you can die today, and I'll promise you, your job, is gonna replace you. So if you think
Facts.
you got no time for me or the kids, I'm just kidding, or the kids, it's you're losing yourself in that game. And it's like it's cool to get your grind, it's cool to be chasing the bag, but you can't really forget what really is in the background. It's your kids, it's your mom, it's your family. We're here, and that's really what really matters. Money can't buy love. Here, your money cannot bring your son back. You know what I mean? And that job, when it comes to pushing and shoving, they're gonna hire somebody else. That's what
Facts.
I think.
Yeah.
So this is why I feel like I wasn't tempted to clock in. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like God made me, and I feel like I'm here para gastar dinero and to just be me, and that's the way that I have to make money. Does that make sense?
Somewhat. Well,
Does that
kind
make
of.
sense?
Well, coming from you, like that's what I was gonna bring up. Your brand, Pretty Rich Energy.
Oh,
That's what's gonna make you your money. That's your
yeah,
goal, your vision.
that is what I want, because when it comes, anybody can make a pretty bitch or anybody can make a bad bitch.
Facts.
You can put some fucking eyelashes on. You can put on a fucking short skirt with some stiletto shoes on and you red bottoms and you look good. You look good. But let me ask you, did that man that just broke up with you, did that hurt you? No. No, they're gonna no. Fuck that. I'm gonna go off to the what did Megan say on that one song from Plan B? Oh, that's my song still.
Yeah.
That's my song. I like okay, so there's somewhat that I agree on it and somewhat, but whatever. I
Yeah.
still like the song, and it said, what did it say? Ladies, this shit can get, no, ladies, love yourself, because this shit can get ugly. Fuck niggas, get money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said,
It's kind of like fuck
niggas,
bitches get money, type of shit.
fuck niggas, get money. And it's like, no, I'm sorry, honey. You can go and catch your back, but you got to heal from your breakup, period.
You sound hurt.
You sound hurt. Like when you give me that's with all of that shiny stuff and all that glitter that you gotta go. To me, sometimes sometimes it is for good, and you know that it looks good. But sometimes women, we tend to hide it, because that was me. I had so many insecurities. My sister's like, "You're so pretty. I don't understand why are you so insecure." I'm just am. So I'm gonna put my lashes on so I can put a mask on my face, you know? But I had so much shit and so many issues that I had to solve before I got to like that pretty bitch energy, because we cannot just be these hating ass girls that, you know, or hating on men too, because equally, I felt both sexes, both equally. So yeah, it's just, you know, that just sounds, you know, so I just like, I would like to encourage people to like take therapy. Therapy is not for crazy people. Therapy is like a professional that's going to talk to you about your emotions.
What kind of therapy you do?
I do, well, so right now, since I was working, I wasn't able to stay with my therapist at the time because we had a time, and that's what kind of messed up the whole my session with him. My time was off, but what we would talk about in my sessions would be about my emotions, because I didn't know how to deal with it. So I know I look so calm and everything, but dude, I used to punch walls. I used to make holes on walls. I used to fucking get in my fucking car, burn my fucking wheel off, and just burn the fuck out, break shit, throw shit, slam shit. It was bad. And that was from like anger. And when I expressed that to my therapist, he goes, "It sounded like you were mad." And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "So it looked like, you know, like," he gave me the perspective of a toddler. So if your toddler is watching a tablet and you just come and you just snatch it from, what's the first thing he's gonna do? You know, he's a toddler. He doesn't know even. I feel like toddlers don't know shit. They don't know shit yet, because they're just learning, you know? So that's why they kick and squirm. So they throw their little tantrum. And so, see, you just threw a little tantrum there too, you know? Like you threw a little adult tantrum there, but that's okay because you're bringing it up. So it sounds like that's something that you want to change. And I was like, yeah, because it's kind of like, I'm tired of like bruising up my knuckles. Like, that's some stupid shit. And so it's just emotions that you got bottled up in there, and that we need to express it. We need to release it, whether it's with podcasts, music, art, which is FYI, I forgot the Canva.
Yeah,
My son was talking to me, and I was like, "Okay, babe, I gotta go," and I just walked out the door, so I forgot about that. But I gotta give that to you. But that was one of my forms of expressing, like I said, and I told you that the reason why I did that was because I just had a rough day that weekend, and it was just rough, and so I was gonna slam shit around, you know. So I was like, wait, you know what? Instead of doing that, I am going to grab my pen, and that's going to be my form. So I did tagging. I know. Don't judge me. Oh my God. So I started tagging okay, I kind of joined. No, I did not join, and I'm not a gangbanger. So I did not join anything. But the whole thing that's at high school, there was like these taggers, and I like the way they sprayed, and the way it's just, I like the way they were expressing themselves on graffiti, and I'm like, I want to write too. How do I do that? So they gave me this name, and they gave me this name, and I just did that, and yeah,
That's pretty dope. The little sample you showed me.
it was dope.
My sister made shout out to my sister. She was one of the first ones that gave me a little camera with my name too, and I actually put in one of my music videos. So maybe I'll put in one of my music videos.
Which song was it?
It's called In the Studio.
Period. I'm gonna watch it.
You'll find it right there.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then since we were talking about that, we're gonna bring it up. Marijuana. That's another. That's how you relax.
Yeah, that's how I realized. That's my friend. That's my best friend. You know how Tupac wrote that song, Me and My Girlfriend? Did you know that he was talking about his gun, right? That's my girl. That's marijuana is spiritual to me, and when I consume it, I like to manifest everything with it. Like the fact that I want to smoke a joint with you because I want us to smoke it together and talk about the shit and manifest money. How would you know what I mean? Like,
Watch after the. My bad.
it's cool. Do you manifest? Do you know how to manifest?
No.
It's cool. You're gonna be on. Ooh. That's crazy. Okay. Technically difficulties. The way I like to manifest is grab one of my journals, and
you write it?
I write it. I write what I want. So like, I'll sit down, and I'll imagine that I am in my 5-bedroom home, living in the forest, and making money.
Oh yeah, you were talking about manifesting, like how you do that.
So when I do it 2 ways, I like when I smoke it, of course, like today I'm gonna have a good day. I speak to my weed. I'm like, today we're gonna have a good day, and blow it out. And then I speak my intentions to it, like, what do I want from this, right? Show me the way. God, guide me through these little things that I want to work on, because I want to share my content. But you already know your girl is doubting herself, so you got to guide me. You got to show me where to go. And I always find a penny. Everywhere I go, I find a penny, I promise you. And I was like, and I was having a tough day that day. And I said, I was just going to go and I was going to smoke. And I was like, dude, God, it's just me speaking to God. Like, it was a tough day today, period. God, if I'm supposed to be right here, you let me know, So I got off my car, I went to the groceries, do the same thing I did. Literally, when I went and go get my shopping cart, there was a penny on that shopping cart. I'm like, I'm supposed to be right here. this is what I'm supposed to be doing, my mom shit, because this is the only way, you know? So it's like, that's how I like to do it. And I have noticed more, I feel like I see more clearly now that I speak my intentions to my weed and to my manifestation, because I also write it down in my journal. um, I speak to it. Like, I speak my reality to myself. Like, Ale, this is something that you are in the process of getting to where you need to be. This is like, you know,
You
like,
ever thought about
you need
writing
to
books
train. You need to train yourself. What do you mean?
or like doing books?
Oh, no. I just like to write. I like to talk shit too. Like last time on my journal, some girl said something to me and I said, "Don't act like your shit don't stink." I wrote that and I'm like, that's a lyric, so I'm gonna put it right there and just leave it there.
Something
And I
Megan would say.
true. That is so true. Never thought of that, but yes. And I will write it down, like, like, money works for me. I don't work for money. I am not a slave to money. I make money in my sleep.
That's how it's supposed
Period.
to be.
So I'll like believe that. I have to have faith to that. That I am giving that to God and that He's gonna make the way for me. So my guide has always been God. And throughout the way I go and smoke weed. And I always, it's funny, my sister, she told me, you know, you don't want to over smoke, you don't want to get addicted and stuff. And I was just like, I can stop. But I also said, God, if this is not what I'm not supposed to do, let me choke on it, but not die, but let me just choke. I choke a couple of times. I still do it anyways, but God, and He knows that I'm going to do it anyway. So.
And we're talking earlier, you said that your family don't know you smoke?
Yeah, my family doesn't know.
How do you...
So my
How
brother...
how you going to do when they see this episode?
I know. My mom, that's the only one that doesn't know. Everybody knows except my mom, and that's everybody to me. Because my mom, that's my mom, and I don't want her to feel like she failed as a mom. I don't want her to feel that where did I go wrong? Because everybody in my house, they drink. Everybody drinks. Everybody, and it's cool. Drinking is okay. I drink sometimes, not all the time. Most of the time I smoke, but the fact that I am the opposite of my family, it's like I'm the complete opposite of my family. Like, they don't like my sister, and well, besides my sister, but like my my family does not listen to like ratchet music. They don't like me. I like gangster music. If I'm That's for real.
We
Like,
grew up on.
yes, I love gangster music. I like hood music. I like what the Wu-Tang Clan. I like your shit. Like, your shit's fire.
Yeah,
I actually like the one that straight up.
My newest one.
Yes,
I'm a
that's
straight G.
period. That's the one. That's the one I've been bumping lately.
Girl.
So, so whenever they see, or like, like my brother, like when he's like, you can't be throwing up the dub because, you can get shot for shit like that. And I'm just like, but I'm not throwing up the West, or I'm not throwing up any gang signs. I'm just like, I'm happy for where I grew up, because there was a time where I was ashamed of growing up in Wilmington.
Because what is portrayed.
Yes, say. Because people will say something like, oh, you live there. I never heard of that place. Is it ghetto? Is it really that bad? How people say, no, we straight chilling there. Like, we straight chilling. Like, you'll go, like, you do have to, like, get to know the people. You got to scope up the people first, too, though, like because you cannot just have some random ass person like, who the fuck are you? Like,
yeah, like, we're a small city, so we like know how to move.
We know everybody. Like, even though we don't speak to each other, like, I know some people. It's like, oh, they're doing good. Okay, I'm just gonna leave, because I don't know them like that. But growing up, I used to see them all the time. So it's like, oh, okay, exactly. You're good, But yeah, so I was ashamed of that because of the way they saw Wilmington. So I was just kind of like, and then like my friends, like I used to work at this real estate. Well, I shouldn't probably say that, but I used to work back then. I used to work at his job, and when people asked me like, where did I live, because over there it was like PV, Rolling Hills, like LA, some luxurious shit. And when people knew that I lived in Wilmington, they're like, oh, where's that at? Oh, you live there. And somehow when people found out where I lived, somehow they'll feel bad for me. Does that make sense? Like,
I just feel like we're like the big city that nobody sees type of shit.
no, but I
Some-
feel like the way it made me feel was like when they found out I lived in Wilmington, they would say like, oh, they're giving out free food in this place, you
Like a
know,
small community, pretty much.
for the small community, you know, you should go, you should take the kids. They're having some like a fundraiser for the kids. Go over there, you know. I don't know. Maybe it was just like the projection of like, you know, maybe I was just projecting shit too, probably, you know, because I was kind of like ashamed of where I came from. But it's kind of like now it's just like, what the fuck? No.
Yeah, you're
It's
proud
all
of where we come.
love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, for some
Like,
reason, like I'm really proud where I come from, but at the same
period.
time, like you say, like sometimes I wouldn't like, cause Wilmington is weird. When you hear about Wilmington, it's bad news and it's
Yeah.
like bad stuff. They'll never put the good stuff.
Yeah.
And I also noticed like when Wilmington got something nice, they always mention San Pedro or the Carson or Long Beach, but they will never mention like Wilmington and big like, cause Wilmington is doing this good, blah blah blah. I have never seen that. It's always something bad.
dude, I went to the park, the Henry, what is that the park? The one right there on what? You know that park, right?
The waterfront.
Yeah, the waterfront. There we go. That's what it's called.
Mhm.
The waterfront. They had these women. It was like on Saturday morning. They're having like this. What is it called? Oh man, what is that exercise that they do?
Zumba.
Zumba, outside that park.
Yeah, they
I
do that.
joined them.
Oh, you were there?
I was like, damn, these ladies can really take it. I'm gonna
I went
just
for a run
get
with my
out of
homie
here.
once. I only took one day to quit.
Really?
It
That
was
it's hard, huh? Dude, and they be doing some moves, and I'm like, damn, okay, I'm gonna come back some other time, girl, because I quit. I started doing the Zumba in the gym. They do that in Crunch.
At the gym?
Yeah, at
Oh, the
Crunch.
Crunch gym. Oh, okay.
And on Long Beach, they have Zumba. They have the stiletto class. The stiletto class is more like dancing. Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
We're kind of like the what is it, like the strip dancing
Yeah, yeah.
with the
Like pole dancing
with
and all
the
that?
yeah, but not the pole,
Oh.
just the moves. Does that
Oh,
make
okay,
sense?
yeah, yeah.
So it's just the moves, not the pole. But yeah, something kind of like that. And I that it's fun. It's fun, and I feel like that's one form that women and even men, because I even see older men going to the gym and doing the little Zumba thingy or whatever they do. It's funny, but they're doing it, and that's like a form of like also releasing tension around the body. Because if you, I don't know, like I said, earlier I was telling you about the tension about my arm. Sometimes we carry tension in our arm without us noticing, and we need to relax the body, relax the ego a little bit.
Mm.
You know, with just
Imagine
breathing
what's your
exercise.
favorite strain that you like to smoke?
I smoke everything. I smoke everything. I have not really paid attention to it. I just hope that it doesn't have any crack in it because that's all I'm hoping for. Because then I'll be
What's been
Yeah.
one of your highest moments?
Oh my God, I was paranoid. Dude, oh my God. When it was, I was in my room. I was in my room. The kids were asleep. My boyfriend was at soccer practice. I was high. I swear to you, I heard somebody bang on my door. And I was like, oh shit, let me go and see. You know, I'm running and running. Like, I'm grabbing the knife and I'm just like, who is it? And it was nobody.
Mm.
I was like, I could have sworn I heard somebody banging on my fucking door. I was like, it's cool. So I'm like walking. I was like, it's cool. Everything's cool. My daughter's here. My son's here. We're good. We're good, you know? And then I closed the windows. I started locking them up. Dude, I swear I saw someone walking. It was a shadow. I ran. I locked my house. And I ran in circles trying to look for the fucking shadow.
Dang.
And I locked myself
What was some
out.
edibles or what?
I think what it was is I smoked it, and then what I'm gonna say, and then it was an edible. It was about 2 edibles because these two. Okay, so I didn't know that the edibles hit 2 hours
Yeah.
after. So I ate like two.
You're like, it's
And
not
then I was
hitting.
like,
Let me eat
man, it's
one.
not hitting. So I'm like, I took one and I was like, fuck it, I'll just smoke another joint, fuck it, And that's when I was just like, whoa, shit.
You got too faded.
I was too faded, yes, period. I was like, this is not cute. And then my sister's like, hey, Aleeh. I was like, oh, hey, Isabel, is everything okay? She was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna go and lay down.
I saw you trying to get into music. You said that was like one of your next goals to focus on.
I'm hoping that this year I really get my shit together. And God, if you're hearing me, yes, I'm hoping that I can do that. I need to turn my writing into like
So you do like poetry, right?
Yeah, I do. I write a lot about stuff that I go through, but I feel like I feel like I'm not the only one that goes through shit. So I feel like I like to put that in writing so other people can relate to that and be like, oh shit, like I get that. So that's why I'm trying to get myself organized, especially the sound, the beat, everything. I usually just play instrumentals too. Like on my laptop, I'll go like on YouTube,
Yeah.
and I'll put like instrumental on anything, like something chill. Sometimes I even do rap. I like loud music, period.
Like turned up.
No, like when I mean loud music, I mean like, you bold music. Like
Just something to vibe with, like chill.
when I mean loud music, I mean like like the
Or like something you want your voice to be the pretty much like.
do you know the Wu Clan
Wu-Tang Clan?
clan? You know how their rap is very like. Don't you think? What's your opinion of their music? Like, is it
Political.
bold, political?
Yeah.
Is it really political?
Well, not political, but like political real type of shit.
Yeah,
Like kind of both in and out.
in
Like
and
they'll talk
out.
about their real life stuff, but then they add the politics to kind of like
Yeah,
influence that you kind of gotta battle both things.
yeah. As and that to me, that's loud. As to me, that's loud
Like,
because
you want it
it's
to speak
like,
volume.
yeah, I want it. Yeah, I want it to speak volume. I want to speak. I want to speak through my music. Like, no matter what you're going through, everything's gonna be okay. Music is there because it's just there, and just vibe to it too.
And it really
Especially
is.
more, especially because that's something that I enjoy to do. Like, I'll smoke and I'll just put some music on. I'll just be like, fuck it. What is what it is,
And before I end it, what do you think about the Johnny Depp thing?
Oh, well, so in my opinion, I think that from both sides, because they were married.
Yeah.
I mean, when you marry somebody, you're doing it out of love, so you are being a unit. So now you're a team, and so in my opinion, I feel like from both parties, they both treated each other like shit, and that's okay.
Equally.
Because and that's okay because I think that that's the way we learn. You know what I mean? Like, we learn from our mistakes, and I'm pretty sure they both. I mean, we're hoping that she learned from her mistakes. I'm praying for her because we can be lost in that.
Pray Amber.
Period. Pray for Amber because we can get all lost in that victimized mindset where it's just kind of like, I'm so sad for all of the women. Like, I get it. But you gotta just be honest. But they both treated each other like shit. But I'm glad that Johnny did win because she intentionally wanted to sabotage him.
Yeah.
That was like her intention. So I'm glad that he won. And most importantly, because to me, it's a victory for men because now I hear different men talk about the type of relationships they were in and not that they're not in. And now they have like a solid girl that, they support me.
I feel like Johnny Depp just brought up a whole nother level for the guy.
Period. And that's what we need because it's like, it's not all about women. It's not all about women. It's about men too. It's about equal rights. It's humanity. You got to have compassion. You have to have sympathy for others because we all are going through our own shit and we all have our own battles. But in the end of the day, we're still breathing. I feel like we're still breathing and God gave us another day to fucking do what we do. I don't know, listen to music and smoke weed. Fuck it, you
And that's
know.
what everybody has a chance. Everybody could be whatever they want to be,
They
do
can be
whatever you
whatever
want to
the
do.
fuck you want to
And
be.
you don't even gotta
Period.
hate. You don't gotta do none of
Yes.
that.
Period. Hashtag don't hate.
Hashtag.
Hashtag no hating. Yes.
Oh,
I Go
yeah.
ahead. Go
No,
ahead. It's
I'm
cool.
gonna ask you one more question before finishing.
Okay. No, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I'm gonna
That's
ask
why.
you three things they can't fuck with. You were telling me earlier.
Oh yeah. Three things that you can't fuck with is my kid, my family, my weed, and my money. You can't. Just, come on.
Period.
Period. Like no, that. Mm-mm.
You wanna give any shout outs? Anything you wanna bring up?
What do I do now? Well, first I want to go ahead and give a shout out to my man because my man has supported me in this crazy fucking journey.
That's crazy. We're telling Italy,
He
like,
fucking
I asked her,
knows.
like, she was telling me the whole story, like, what she done and blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, he's still with you?
He's still with me. He knows. Literally, I back then in high school, I was in a very toxic relationship where it was very controlling. Very controlling. You can't wear that. You can't talk to this. You have to be here. What are you wearing? It was very controlling. And that I feel very grateful that I am able to say now that I have a partner that accepts me for all of my shit. Because, dude, he knows that I was addicted. He knows that I had trauma. He knows that I had shit in my own fucking plate that I have not tapped into. And he's like, you got to get your shit together, girl. I'm still going to be here, but you got to get your shit together. So he thought, you're going to therapy? Oh, no, wait. First, I started off with, I'm not going to drink anymore. He was like, okay, you're not going to drink anymore. So he's like, I'll support you. Second, I'm going to go to therapy. Okay, I'll support you. And then that's where I kind of started throwing up all of my issues to him. And he was just like, fuck.
Yeah, something just communication.
And he's like, fuck, okay. And he told me, he's like, I need some space. Like, I feel like, I was like, oh my God, he's going to leave me. Like, for sure, this is the word he's going to leave me. He ain't going to put up with this shit anymore. And he's like, I'm willing to try this again with this whole reset. And we resetted our relationship and everything. And I'm just like, I'm honest with him. He knows where the fuck I am. And he doesn't call me. Bitch, before it was like nonstop. And I was like, no, like a relationship is supposed to be like freedom and love and honesty. And so I was just going to give a shout out to my man because he really has been there for me through like my thinnest moments and to my thickest and to the time where I just literally wanted to kill myself. But that's going to be in another episode. So we're going to let that
got another
go.
episode coming soon.
I'm like, that's going to be such a whole different thing. But yes, he supported me throughout my suicidal thoughts too because I did have really dark moments. But we worked through those. So
I feel like I'm gonna need you for another episode because I feel like you got a lot to talk about and teach and learn. Like there's a lot of good knowledge that you could teach. And me, because I'm the type to learn as we go. Yes,
because he taught me some shit too. I feel like God puts people out there when it's time, and I feel like I ran into your podcast. I don't even know how I ran into your podcast.
Then that's crazy because I was going through some shit too that made me start my podcast. If I wasn't going through that shit,
damn,
you probably wouldn't have seen me through the podcast type of shit.
Yeah, I don't even know how I threw it. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, you know what? It was first with Bird. That's how I know him. Bird.
Shout out Phantom.
Period. That's how it started. His music. I was like, what the fuck? That he does music? I was like, okay. I was like, oh, period. Whatever the fuck he's doing, you better keep doing it, you know?
Real, that's how I be, though, because that's one of the Wilmington artists when... You know how I said I didn't know no artist that was doing it when I started?
Okay.
Well, now that I think about it, he was one of them that started when I started. There's a couple more, but, like, he's really on it. To this, I feel he's, like, one of the hardest. Actually being consistent, like...
We gotta learn, we gotta stay consistent, man.
That's some hard shit coming out of Wilmington. So,
period, yes. So... Please, shout out to Wilmington, to all the people at Wilmington. I don't know what the fuck you're creating. I don't know what you want with your life, but do it. Life is a risk, and at the end of the day, your family got to eat anyway. So they're going to hate, period.
Regardless.
They're gonna hate, and it's going to be okay because you know what? It's not even that they hate on you. It's just because they see the light that you are being yourself and you are creating your shit and you are turning your dreams into reality. And since they don't have that courage to do that, that's what it is. It's just fear and pain because they can't be themselves.
And at the
I
end of the day, that's just their input, you
That's
know.
their
And
input.
it's kind of like the plug. You gotta disconnect that shit from the input. Don't let that shit
Period.
get in you. You know, don't let that shit get in you.
Period. So whatever is it that you're doing, take that risk, fucking do it, and let's
Like Nike,
fucking
just do it.
do it. Fucking just fucking do it. I feel like we just need to. We have to, because we gotta show that Wilmington is not just this place where there's bums or there's homelesses or truck drivers. Like, no, bitch. Like, we got people here that we're meant to be famous.
And with the heart of the harbor, what else you want? The
Yeah,
heart, you know.
period. So it's like we gotta do it. So just fucking do it. Even if it's, dude, I see some girls saying, I want to learn how to strip dance on a pole. Bitch, do
Do
it.
it.
Fucking do it. And and you don't even have to share it to anybody. If this is something that you want to learn just to do it for your man, that's fucking okay too.
Or even
Like,
your personal goals, like just do it.
period. Just fucking do it. So let's uplift Wilmington. Stay tuned with Wilmington because,
For sure.
come on, we got these bunch of artists here, and
We
we
have a
need
lot
to.
of good people out here.
Yes, we got good people, but yes.
So, you know, your boy Leo Fade. Thank you for
Yes.
pulling up, Aleeh. And till next
Yes.
time, you know,
Yes.
hopefully we get more good info.
I love it. Yes. Thank you for having me. I
Thank
really
you.
do appreciate it. For your time too.
No, thank you for your time. Too. And we out. You're,
Yes. Wilmington. Period.
you're